Hi my friends, how are you? I hope everybody's fine. My name is Daniel Villarino. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Through the videos in the past, I have shown several different methods to hold pieces in the lathe. Within those, of course, we have the chuck with the jaws that will hold a tenon from the piece that we want to turn, or will span within a mortise also to hold that piece. We also have shown some examples of how to hold a piece using a faceplate and using the screws in the faceplate to hold the piece, or to hold a glue block onto which we are going to attach the piece that we are going to turn. And all those work really well. I have also another method of holding pieces, that is by directly attaching to the lathe a glue block that already has inside, as you can see there, a thread. And this thread is exactly the same size of the thread in the screw of the axis on my headstock, on the lathe headstock. Okay, so there are very good videos around that show how to do that by placing a piece of wood on a faceplate, doing the perforation using a Jacob's chuck on the lathe, and then doing the threading also using the lathe to keep everything perpendicular to the face of the glue block and getting a beautiful thread. I remember at least two of them, one from Alan Stratton, another one from Gord Rock. I will try to find the links and put them below there in the description for you to get access to them. They are really good videos. Now, what happens if we don't have a chuck and we don't have a faceplate? I was thinking about this and I thought that perhaps we can do one of these without having to use the lathe at all and get a result that is more or less good, at least to create the first of these pieces, and then use this one for generating future glue blocks. So what I'm going to do in this video is use a piece of wood with a hand drill. I'm going to make the perforation. Also by manual methods, I'm going to thread the thread inside, and then we will place it in the lathe and see how that works. I found that this one that I did by that method worked really well. I will say that is 99% accurate, and then you can use this one to glue another piece and do the process on the lathe using the lathe as a guidance to make everything perfectly square. But the idea of this video is to show you how to do the first one, and I will do that using this tab that has a 1 inch and a 1/4 diameter, which is exactly the same diameter as the axis of my lathe. And also I am going to use this Forstner bit that has 1 inch and 1/8, so it's slightly smaller in diameter than the tab, exactly the measure that I need to generate the threads with the tab. So that's today's project. I hope you enjoy it. Let's get to work. I fixed the cherry blank together with a couple of sacrificial pine boards to the work table. First, I will use a Forstner bit of 1 inch and 1/4 to facilitate the placement of the tab. I will just go 1/4 of an inch deep. Then I will continue the perforation through the whole cherry blank and even into the first pine board with the 1 inch and 1/8 bit. I try to maintain the perforation as perpendicular as possible to the blank face, but it is not critical. Of course, if you have a drill press, that will make the perforation much easier. The reason why I want the perforation to continue even into the pine board is that the first threads of the tab do not make a fully formed thread. This way I will have more space, so the tab will continue a bit more and leave the threads almost ready even towards the bottom of the cherry blank. You can see that those first millimeters of larger diameter allow me to place the tab to start its work. With the help of a French wrench, I start to rotate slowly the tab to begin the threading. Every so often, I look from two different sides the tab position to ensure that it is entering the work as perpendicular as possible. Once we have established several threads, we can progress a little faster. Every so often, it is convenient to reverse the twist of the tab, in other words, to unscrew the tab a bit. This will help breaking the shavings and allow the tab to work better. We have to be careful to stop when we reach the bottom and not try to force it. Otherwise, we could strip the last threads. Now, I will do a final pass, and I will help me again with the French wrench to ensure that the threads are completely formed all through the thickness of the cherry blank. When we first thread the piece in the lathe axis, we note two things. First, that indeed it is not perfectly perpendicular to the rotation axis. And second, that there is a part of the axis that is not allowing the blank to reach the axis shoulder. Eventually we want that the contact be in the shoulder shown by the blue arrows, and right now it is resting where the red ones are. so I will make temporarily a sort of wood washer that will allow me to achieve a nice contact until such a time in which I have shaped correctly one face of the glue block. Now we can work nicely in one face of the glue block. With a parting tool, I mark a circle that later will allow me to trim the corners. I am going to square off this face, giving it a slight concavity towards the center, and later I will true up the lateral face. With the parting tool I will make a small recess so that the block face will have a good contact with the shoulder previously shown by the blue arrows, without the need of the wood washer. With the lateral edge of the gouge I give a slight conical shape to the start of the threads to facilitate the screwing and so the first thread will not crumble. This face is ready. Now I can remove the blank, turn it around and do the same in the other side. Now I will not need the wood washer. The yellow arrows show that there is no vibration or axial wobbling in the face we just finished. After each use there will remain a bit of glue residue attached to the face of the glue block. Removing about 1/32 of an inch from the surface, it will be ready for a new use. So a block like this will serve us multiple times, and if we get too close to the axis, we can always glue another sacrificial block to this one and begin to use that. Because we work both faces, the block is reversible, but if you want, you can just do the process in one face. And so our first glue block is ready. Some good turners prefer to put some thin CA glue to the threads. Let it cure well and then use the tap to rethread the piece. But with this cherry piece the threads look very nice, so I will not do that this time. The ruler shows a slight concavity that will facilitate our work in future projects. Okay, my friends, so we got the final product that was this glue block with a thread inside. I think that even though the process is manual and probably the perforation, the original perforation and the original threading is not totally perpendicular to the face of the original piece of wood, once we place that in the lathe, even though it may be inclined, when we face off everything and draw up all the surfaces, we obtain a glue block, a threaded glue block that I think is pretty exact. I guess this one is pretty precise. I will say 99% precise. We can put it on the lathe now, glue something to it, and then using that as a guidance, using the tailstock and using the Jacob's chuck, make the perforation, make the threading of future glue blocks that will be even more precise than this one. And that will be the subject for a future video. Now, if you allow me, I would like to show some pictures of the subscribers of the channel. Carlos, from Cabo San Lucas, Baja California Sur, Mexico, sent me these pictures of a salad bowl he made out of acacia wood. Very good job, Carlos. Gerardo, from Santa Rosa, province of La Pampa, Argentina, made several pine bowls, a toothpick box and a pepper box, both in carob tree, and a couple of ring holders in Calden wood. Very nice production, Gerardo. Isidoro, from Guadalajara, Castilla-La Mancha, Spain, sent me these pictures of a sugar pot made in a beautiful olive wood. It looks phenomenal, Isidoro. Rodin, from San Verano, Honduras, sent me these pictures of these beautiful works made by the students of the Francisco Miranda College. Excellent works. And Santiago, from Toledo, Spain, made this beautiful segmented piece with pine, oak and iroko, finished with friction polish. Wonderful, Santiago. Okay, I hope you enjoyed these pictures. I also hope you enjoyed this video. If that's the case, please click on the like button down below, make comments, and if you haven't subscribed yet to my channel, please do so. And it will be until the next one. Cheers!